Okay, next few tutorials I will try to build JavaFX ML applications from scratch to build up smaller size projects called pizza shop. We should be able to process customer order who place the order of pizza. Then I will build up more functionality over time. Okay, let me set title for pizza shop. I will name it as version 0.1. Okay, sim build. Let me remove label. Let me resize anchor pane. Maybe I will make it double size, 640 by 400. I may use that button again. Okay, let me add one image view. So basically, small picture of pizza. It may work as some sort of visual company logo, for example. The idea is try to demonstrate you can use image view. So let me resize it according to the icon size, 96 pixel by 96 pixel. Then here, image and images, select pizza. So let me think about it. If you have a different pizza type, you may choose to use the radio button. Then maybe one label called pizza type. And then label for label buttons, you can say vegetarian pizza. Then Hawaiian. Then I will call it as seafood. The problem is it's a bit difficult to move around the individual components. So you may use particle box so that you can arrange your components in a particular way. So you may consider adding some paddings. I would say 10 pixels. Spacing for maybe 10 as well. Let me use another particle box. I will add one label. And then this time I will use choice box. Again, you can use the radio button, but try to demonstrate something new or different components. So I'm using choice box. Again, I can use combo box, but I'm going to have only very small list of items. So choice box is better for the small list. Here I will say size, which is small, medium, and then large. I have 3 items. Okay, choice box, I will say CB size. That refers to pizza size. Okay, the page I say ready button RB page, and then RB Hawaiian, and then RB seafood. Again, I will just name image view pizza. It is not quite necessary, but let me just name it all. So that will be LBL label type, and then LBL size. Let me introduce one more particle box. Okay, this time I will use one label, then one text field for the quantity. So, for example, if the customer would like to have a 3 Hawaiian pizza, we can type number 3 here. Again, for the FX ID, I will say text field TF quantity, and label obviously same thing, LBL quantity. Then some paddings, then spacing, again same as the others, 10 pixels. Okay, let me make some minor adjustment for particle boxes so that I can use the space underneath. Now I will add one more maybe horizontal box so that I can demonstrate different type of container here. So let me use horizontal box. Actually, you can use vertical box. It's exactly the same. Just the layer looks like a left to right hand side to top to bottom. Other than that, it's the same thing. So let me just add paddings, 10 pixels, maybe spacing. I may use 5 pixels. Then let me label, name me for FX ID for order, then BTN order. Second button, I will say BTN reset, so that when customer order one vegetarian small, one quantity, then we may move to second order, belongs to same customer, or then you may reset so that you can clear it out. Therefore, the convenient. So that's what we are going to use for reset button. Okay, next one, let me think of some sort of a confirmation you like to see. So when you add one pizza or second pizza, you should be able to see some sort of confirmation. So let me just use a particular box with TextArea. Okay, let me enable FXID TA summary. Then here, maybe I don't really need this button because I'm going to use OK button, so I'll remove it. So let me enlarge TextArea. Actually, it's a partial box, so sorry, particular box, not TextArea, particular box. And TextArea will be automatically enlarged according to VBox. Okay, here I will say all the button, I will say handle all the button actions for event handler. So now the event handler, I will use the same name, handle reset button action. I think that's all for sim builder for now. So let's make a controller. Okay, let me remove event handler, the old one. I'll remove it. So we have two handlers here, one for order button, another one for reset buttons. So I will quickly demonstrate one by one. So first one, say radio button. I'll be Hawaiian. So once we select it, we should be able to get return value, which is a Boolean type. The method we create as is selected. So we put the if conditional statement. If it's true, then we can print the value, or we can pass the value to TA object, the TextArea object called TA summary. So let me just focus on pizza price here. So double price 0.0 default value. Then I will say here price equal to 5.59. I like the printer label, so I will say Hawaiian pizza, then plus price. Okay, let me just process quantity belongs to TextArea. So let me just have one variable called quantity with default value 0. Or you can get the value directly. tf quantity dot get text. Okay, that will return string value. So it's going to complain about incompatible data types. So typecasting has to be done. So say integer dot parse int, and then you can surround by brackets. One space. Here I will say quantity. Okay, next one. It seems like the same, so let me copy paste it. Then here, let me change the radio button object name called RB seafood. Maybe make it more expensive. 9.59. Change the label called seafood pizza. Price quantity same, so else same. RB Vege. Okay, let me make it Vege pizza. The price might be cheaper. 4.59. Let me run this application, then let's see what happens. I did not put new line at the end, so it might be looks a bit strange, but again, let's try first. Here Vege, okay, one order. Vege pizza, okay, the last one for 59, one. Again, I did not put in order, so looks a bit funny, but it's okay. So let me add new line. Okay, let me add new line. Another one. Okay, next one, I will focus on pizza size, which is choice box. So here it doesn't have any value, so it doesn't show you any value. So we need to add the new values, or making sure the choice box is string objects, so that we can add actual values. So let's say private. It's always a good idea to make it as a final, because this string array has exactly the same set of values, small, medium, large. So I say size item, small, medium, and then large. Then private, I will say final again. We are going to use observable list, okay, which is abstract class, so you may need to use subclass called observable array list, string size list, fx collections, then observable array list. Then here we will say size items. Okay, so 3 items become observable array list called size list. Okay, so let me just initialize it. Okay, I think I forgot to import. So let me import two statements, one for observable list, one for observable array list. So here, say be choice box size, and then we can set items. It's going to be size list. Okay. So we just add 3 items to choice box. Okay, let's look at choice box as a list of items. Order, okay, seems correct. Let me go to okay. I think I forgot to set lady button as a group. Anyway, I select a different value, so this one will not work. Okay, and the last one may not work. Okay, it didn't. Okay, so let me just fix that. Okay, so go to Vege and then search for toggle group, TG, say type, which is a different type. Basically, you let your buttons, you have to group them together. Okay, so 3 items belongs to the same group, so that you may be able to select one item out of 3. Okay, that's what let your button for. Okay, make new controller so that we should be able to see TG size. Okay, now let me focus on how to get the value out of choice box. Okay, let me select the last one, say 3. Okay, now you can see that this order belongs to 3 pizza. Okay, the size, we like to have a name called small, medium, large. So you may declare a string size, and then choice box size dot get selection model. Okay, and then there are 2 of them, so we use a string value, so get selected item. Okay, so it's going to return the value in string data type. So basically, if you select the small, it's going to return values small, or medium, or large. Okay. Okay, let me quickly demonstrate. Okay, the first one is return small size. Then the next one, okay, return medium. Also return large. Okay. So next one we will focus on reset button. So let me say ready buttons for Hawaiian, Vege, and seafood. Once you select it, when you order second one, you can ignore, or you can just select whatever you want, but sometimes it might be better to reset to default value. So that's what we are trying to do. Call as set selected, change to false value. Okay, that's the one thing for ready buttons. Text field, we can use one of them, either use null or empty space with double quotation. I think there's a TF. Okay, the size is so-called set value. Again, you can use the null because it's an object. So you can just use the null as an initial value. Okay, let's see how the reset button works. Okay. Then reset. Okay. Second one. Medium number 2 order and then reset. Save it. Last one and then 3 order and reset. Okay. That's all for now. Thank you. Okay, this time I will try to create external class called pizza that may refers to MVC model, and then V obviously refers to fxml documents, then C refers to controller. So let me just extend idea of model. So let me use the pizza as a class with 3 properties. So let me say type. Second one will be size. So if you're not familiar with using NetBeans or Eclipse, we can actually create properties like a pizza type, size, and price with a set of setters and getters. Sometimes you may refer to as accessors and mutators. So basically saying a very simple way of designing class with the properties and method associated with 3 properties in this case. Okay, there are 3 properties and then 3 set of method. One refers to getting information out of objects and setting information to objects. Okay, now let me add a constructor, and then maybe I will add a default constructor as well. So we can construct the object using default constructor, or we can construct the object using 3 parameters. So we have a pizza class. Then as you can see from your navigator window, we have 2 constructors and 3 set of methods and then 3 properties. Okay, before I use a pizza object, let me sort it out a few things here. Hawaiian pizza, the string objects, we can actually get it from radio button. So RB Hawaiian get text, it will return the value of radio buttons. And then RB seafood.get text is going to return the value called seafood as a string value. RB Vege get text will return Vege as a string value. Okay, let me double check. Vege small number 1 order. It actually return the value from radio button. I think I need 1 space after Vege. Then before the unit price. So let me add 1 space here. I will do the same for seafood and Vege. Okay, that should be okay then. Okay, let me look at line number 70 to say price equal to 559. So if we have one object called pizza, we can actually assign the value using a method called setPrice. So let's say pizza using this time default constructor. because we don't know the value until we change to certain ready buttons. So I will use the default constructor and then set price. At least we know that that is 559. In practice, it might be slightly different, but again, 559 as a given value here. Okay, pizza has two other properties, so we will deal with that. So RB Hawaiian is selected means we know the type of pizza. I assume that number one is a Hawaiian pizza. Then we should be able to say set size based on the choice box. So choice box, we can use the method called CB size. We can actually use that one directly, so we don't need to create another variable called size on line number 70. So let me comment it out. Okay, it says pizza.getPrice. So that's the methods. Now it seems more on object-oriented programming. Here I will say pizza.getSize. Okay, that means incomparable data type. Okay. Because the size, I think it should be index value, not item. We are not interested in name of the size, small, medium, large. We assume that index value 0 refers to small, 1 for medium, maybe 2 for large. So if you go back to pizza class, I actually say size equal to like integer value. So it should be integer value. Okay, let me just make it clear. Number one refers to Hawaiian pizza for radio buttons. Then number two for seafood. Number three for vegetarian. So I may need to go back to sim builder and change the order of pizza types. I may move vegetarian to last item. Okay, here for seafood, it's pretty much same, just different type. When we set the pizza size, it's exactly same. Again, here is a set type. Sorry. Okay, pizza size is identical as it is, so I will just copy paste it. Okay. Okay, pizza set price $9.59. Sorry, again, set price. Here also same pizza dot set type equal to 3. So I will say 3. Then pizza set size again is exactly the same, depends on choice box. Okay, set price for 59. Okay, so I will copy paste it. Pizza.getPrice. Again, pizza get size. I think 56. It should be pizza. Okay, everything seems okay. Okay, let me save and then go back to Sim Builder. Okay, let me make a same order. So I will move vegetarian lady button after seafood. That's all. So Hawaiian seafood vegetarian. Okay. Okay, make controller. So what we have done is we add one more class to our model following business logic. So we have a pizza class with 3 properties: type and size and price. Then 3 pairs of methods. Then I introduced 2 constructors. Then we are using those features to JavaFX ML here. So if you look at the first one, it actually getting the data from FXML UI controls and then save to Pizza objects. Then we are getting back to TextArea. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you. Okay, this time I will fix one of those design mistakes. I think the pizza should have a quantity. So if you look at here, pizza, there are 3 properties. So let me add quantity as a property, which is integer type. Okay, make sure you set setters and getters. Then here, I think I don't need to use 2 constructors, so I'll remove them. So that I will use a default constructor implicitly. I mean, without declaring default constructor or other constructors. Second, I will change to version 3 because it's part 3 of a pizza shop project. So let me add pizza dot set quantity. So it refers to text field quantity get text. So we may need to do typecasting because get text will return string value. So let me change to integer using parseInt methods. Again, typo. And then method here is a pizza get quantity. So let me use the methods. For that one, we don't really need it anymore, so let me comment it out. For the seafood, same thing. Copy paste it. Vege, also same. Okay, we are using methods belongs to pizza object. So pizza get quantity, pizza get quantity. So we fixed 2 problems. Okay. So if you select the number 1 quantity, okay, it actually works. It's number 1. So set and getter method for quantity properties, it works. Okay. So let me try one more thing here. What if we don't select pizza at all? Okay, there's supposed to be some sort of message to say that we should select a pizza type. Because the if else statement, I did not put else statement. That's why you cannot verify. So say please select pizza type. Okay, at least we can see some validations. Then once we do that, we can order one pizza. I think that's all. Thank you. Okay, this tutorial continue from part 3. So we will focus on saving data to text file. For example, when you select the type of pizza and size and quantity, and then when you place the order, we should be able to save Hawaiian 559 number 1 and then size small as 0. That's what we're trying to do. So for UI design, instead of come up with a new design, so let me just use what we already have. So anchor pane can be left into tab pane. So right hand side mouse click, browse through and say tab pane. So what just happened is anchor pane was left into tab pane. So you can see there is one tab. Let me save it first. Then you can introduce another tab that may belongs to tab pane. So this tab pane, we have 2 tabs. Okay, this is how it looks like. Obviously, you can name your tabs if you want to. So the first one, I will name it as order. Second tab, I will name it as I think say summary. So let's look at review. Okay, we have 2 tabs. For sales tabs, or say summary tabs, I like to have a blue box. Then I will add one. I think I will add one button, and then one text area. Okay, let me enlarge it. Then go back to blue box. You can set certain paddings and space. I will use 10 pixels and then 5 pixels for spacing. So for review, we have one button, one text area. Okay, for button, I will name it as calculate sales. Then I will name it as a BTN calculate sales. Event handler, I will say handle calculate sales button action. Try to use the same convention. I mean, the same naming convention here. TextArea TA sales summary. Don't forget I already have a TA summary. I think that seems okay to me now. Save it. And then update controller. So make controller here. Okay, we introduced to FX ID. So if you look at here, we have one method called handle calculate sales button actions. Then if you go up here, line number 82, when you take place order, we process the order and then show it to TA summary. Maybe that's the place we should be able to save it. Okay, so let me just create one method to deal with text IO. Okay, I will name it as write order record. Okay, I may pass the page object, so it will be a lot easier to process it here. I'm using FileWriter because I like to keep the existing data. I don't want to override it, so I'm using FileWriter here. Then PrintWriter, because FileWriter doesn't have methods to process primitive data types like integer, double, or other data types. So I may need to use the methods belongs to PrintWriter, so that's why I'm using it here. So I will say file new FileWriter. I may use a constructor with 2 parameters. And then the first one is refers to default directory under NetBeans directory. So it's supposed to be on the source. And I'm using Windows, so I'm using 2 backslash here to separate the directory with the source JavaFX application 57, which is my project name. And then sales.txt will be my file. The true refers to I like to append continuously. So I like to keep the existing data. So you may need to use the constructor with 2 parameters. Default value for the second parameter is false, so we need to change to true here. Let me put some comments for that. Okay, now output object, and then PrintWriter, then write to same file. Okay, same file as text.txt. Okay, you can see print and TextArea methods. So get pizza type. Then let me check the order. So first one is type, size, price, quantity. Okay. So type. with one space. I would say I think that was a size, and then pizza dot doesn't get price. Then the last one was quantity. Okay, missing plus symbol there. So let me add comments for now. So the formatted output, what I mean is here, data between two data, I'm using space as a separator instead of comma. The last thing you need to do is for TextArea is close open string. So output to close. Then catch basically exception handling. File not found exception. Then IO exception. So basically saying either you cannot locate the file called sales.txt or something wrong with your storage device. In your case, maybe a hard disk drive. Also, I will use finally to okay, let me import it first. To make sure the open output stream is closed. If it's not, so not equal to null, then let me manually close it. Just in case. I think that seems like okay now. Okay, I'm using FileWriter to overwrite the, continue open the data sets. Then I'm borrowing some methods to FileWriter out of PrintWriter. Okay, I will change the name of method to simplify. Just say write record. Then let me use it. Okay, so if you look at line number 86, become 87, I will say write record. I need to pass one parameter, which is a pizza object. Okay, you should be able to see that. Okay, there's a passing parameter pizza. Then it's exactly the same. So I will copy that statement. Then I'm using a pizza object again, same thing. So let me copy for seafood. I think next line, okay. Then let me go with Vege. So save it here, okay. As you can see, we saved to TextArea, TA summary, then we save to text file. Okay, let me add same dummy data. One Hawaiian. See, the sales.txt has been created. And then seafood and veggie. So same data supposed to be in sales.txt. Okay, 3 data sets. Same as on TA summary on Order tab. Okay. Okay, let me just fix the minor issue here. Data on TA was not the same order as the data in sales.txt. So let me copy picture size to at the end so that it may appear as a last data set on, out of sales.txt. So it should be same order. Okay, that will be a lot easier to double check. Okay. Okay, now we will focus on how to read sales.txt so that we can do simple calculations for subtotal and total. Okay, let me start with comments. I will name it as a lead record. So let me create one method dealing with sales.txt. To read the data sets, I will use a scanner class. Again, it's the same file. We need a file object to reverse to sales.txt. Then scanner class to read data sets. Okay, I think I will just say null. Then I will process it with this in try and catch. Make sure you import scanner class on the Java util scanner. Okay, new file, it's the same locations. Okay, source JavaFX application 57 in my case. Then sales.txt. Don't forget NetBeans project's default directory is on the src source. So let me create a scan object called input. Then let me make it comment. Basically saying create a scan object. We should be able to read like a line by line or record for the first record, second record, and third record, or row by row. So you may need to use a while loop. So as next until it will return the bring-up value basically saying if we have a next line, we'll say true. If it's not, it will false. It will return the false value so that we can stop reading it. So it's going to read at least 3 records. Okay, let me just look at it again. Type, size, price, quantity. Okay. Type. The price is double. So, and then next double. The quantity is an integer, so int quantity, and then next int. Again, last one is integer, so int size equal to input next int. So we have 4 data sets, okay? I mean 4 columns to read for one record. Okay, let me close the input stream. Then again, exception handling for while not bound exception, and then maybe next one for IO exception. Then I will use a finally statement as well to make sure we close the input stream. I think I forgot one line after 139. So line number 140. Say TA, say summary, append text. Once we read the data, we should be able to print it onto TextArea. So I will use the same style. Let me just put all those data with a space. Then I will add the space later on. So type, page type, price, and quantity and size. Okay. So let me use some space. Maybe I will use one space between columns. Something we can read or something readable. Okay. Let's try how it works. So say summary, click the button, say it's, let me check. Okay, it actually reads the same numbers, okay. Integer, double, integer, and then integer again, okay. So it seems like working. Okay, let me focus on, I just add a new line at the end, so let me focus on subtotal for each order. Then I will come up with the total size. So let's say double subtotal default value 0.0. Is this a straightforward? Subtotal refers to price multiplied by quantity. Okay, that's all. Then let me print it. Okay. Okay, so that wasn't, I forgot to add one space, but now it's there. Okay, double total. So we sum up all subtotals. Okay, if there are 3 orders, there should be 3 subtotals. Let me add them all. So here to TA summary, sorry, TA says summary, append text. Then after loop conditions, we should be able to see total. I will say total size. Then total. Okay. Just in case, new line at the end. Okay, then let's calculate total. I think total is supposed to be here after 145, so line number 146. So total plus equal subtotal. Okay, so continue add up numbers. Continue add subtotals one by one. So in this case, 3 times. So that's the one, okay. 559, 19, 18, 459. So let me show you. Okay, calculator here. Okay, same calculations. Okay, result is same. Okay, let me add one heading. So TA summary, TA sales summary, and then append text. Okay, I think I will copy paste instead of typing this. Okay, so that's the same order, so let's say type. Okay, I don't need a space here, so I will use a tab instead of a space. Okay, next one, it should be price. Okay, instead of a space, I will try to use a tab key. Okay, \T reverse the tab key. Normally 9 space. The size, one more tab key, then subtotal. Okay. Okay, remove it. Seems okay now. So let me go down here, add some tab keys. Okay, most likely 2 of them, because it has a value. So let me use the 2 tab keys. The last one, I don't think so. Okay, let's see how it looks like. Okay, so summary, click the buttons. Okay, looks slightly better. Okay, I think I just realized it. The third record is somehow something wrong. The pizza type number 0 is supposed to be 3, I think. So let me have a look what's going on. So let me go up, not here. Okay, yeah, line number 99. There should be pizza.set type instead of price. Okay, so please fix that mistake. I will just type it as it is. Fix it. Okay, then you can reset the data, then you can try again. Okay, let me add one comment here. Then let me see whether I need to put more or not. Seems okay to me. Okay, so let me save. Okay, let me think about it. I think I pretty much cover it all, so let me quickly go through what I have done. So pizza class, I did not add anything new, or I did not change anything. So it's the same as the last one. Okay, sales.txt, again, nothing new. Okay, that has to be 3 if you want to test it again. Okay, because that was a mistake. Okay, here I add 2 new methods. Okay, just make sure you fix that. Okay, so I have one method called read record. Okay, we're using file object and then scanner object. And then write record, we are using 2 objects called FileWriter and PrintWriter. Okay, because the PrintWriter has a set of methods to say primary data type. Okay, so if you look at here, let me add one more just in case. Okay, it will appear shortly. Okay, it will automatically reload. So we have 4 data. Now you can see subtotal is 77.31. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you.